Hello everybody and welcome to our channel. If you're like us and had a lot of questions before your first Disney cruise that weren't being answered on any other video, this video is for you. So come along with us as we tell you all the things that no one else will tell you about Disney Cruise Line. Okay, the first thing on our list is something that may be trivial for some but big for others. I know for us it would have been big if we did not have our name called when we walked onto the boat. I feel like that's a grand moment for any Disney Cruise Line cruiser.
If you show up between 30 to 60 minutes before the boat is going to depart or sail away, rather, well, you may not be able to hear your name be called. They do kind of bring those people inside to do other things, to get ready for like the sail away party, things like that. And you may not be able to have your name called out.
So just keep that in mind. If that's something that's super important to you, be early on the ship. Don't be running onto the ship an hour before it's supposed to depart because you will likely not have your name called when you walk on board. Next on the list is that laundry is available and you can pay for it with your Magic Band. You just tap it to the machine and it will charge to your stateroom. So that's very convenient to know. It was on our floor. I'm not sure if it's on every floor, but there are laundry services available to you if you do need something washed. So if you're going to be on a long time cruise, bring some detergent. So next on the list is that any food that you want to bring on board is welcome. We were hearing mixed things, that there was no food allowed, that there is food allowed, but you can bring food as long as it is still factory sealed. It cannot have been previously opened, but you can bring anything we want. David and I brought like a big bag of gummy worms. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to take on board, but they said as long as it's still factory sealed, you're good to go.
Next on our list is something that is good to know is iMessage works on this ship, but you will not be able to send photos.
So if you are planning on cruising and not paying for the international data plan, sorry, we had to do a little breakaway there. So if you are planning on doing a Disney cruise and just planning on using the Wi-Fi that's offered on board, you will be able to message through iMessage, but you cannot send pictures. So if you're not going to pay for that cruise line data on your cell phone plan, just know that you can still reach home if you have an iPhone. You just won't be able to send any media.
Something else we have always been told about was when you go into your stateroom, you do have to have a card to turn the lights on or off, and that is not true. When we would go into our stateroom, is once we open the door, the lights were automatically on. So that is a big false rumor.
We were on the oldest ship on the Disney Cruise Line fleet, the Disney Magic. So we thought for sure we would need those little key cards to give our stateroom power, but that is not true. So we took those little cards for nothing because we didn't need them.
Next on our list is you don't need your ID to get on or off the ship. When you are getting off the ship, as long as you have your Magic Band, they will scan it and all your information about what room number and things you are in, which does speed up the process quite a bit. And I believe if you do not have a Magic Band, as long as you take your Key to the World card with you in and out, that should pull up the same information on the ship. Yeah,
and they did tell us on the ship that if we were planning on leaving the boat for the islands, that we did need to take our ID. I was a little bit scared because I didn't want it to get lost, but we took it and nobody asked for it, not one single time. So you do not need to take your ID off the boat. Just leave it in your stateroom where it's safe.
Yep.
Next on our list is gratuities. If you are not prepaying for your gratuities, they will be pulled out on day 3 of your cruise typically. So we had a shipboard credit on there that we were excited to use, and then day 3 disappeared because our gratuities got taken out. So if you're not prepaying for your gratuities, they will be charged to you on day 3 or 4 of your cruise on any length cruise. Those are the days that they will come out. It's not like a standard cruise where they come out at the end.
Next on our list is Embarkation. They hits a little bit differently when it comes to your restaurants. When you get placed on the ship, you will be put onto one of the 3 or however many is on your ship rotational dining rooms, and those menus are going to be different than the average menu. So because you most likely will repeat that same location, that menu is going to be different for Embarkation.
And there will also not be any shows that day at that restaurant. So for us, for example, we had Animator's Palette, and we were expecting the show to come on like it typically does, but nothing happened, and we were like, that's weird. But then during our second dining at Animator's Palette, that's when the show came to life, and we asked about it, and they said no restaurant will get shows the first day. The first restaurant that you go to is usually going to be your repeat restaurant, so you'll get it on the second time you go there. And also the menus are all the same for Embarkation Day. So if you're eating at Rapunzel's Royal Table or Animator's Palette, you're eating the same food as everyone else. The menus are all the same for the first day of your cruise. Going from that into our next one is you can take food to go from your dining hall, which we didn't know until it was too late. So you can order your food like you would at your normal rotational dining restaurant and take it to go. So you can eat it in your room, you can eat it outside, you can eat it anywhere you want to eat it pretty much. So that's good to know. Especially in our case, we had our first day at Animator's Palette and the seas were rough. People in there were seasick and it was not a fun experience. I would have much rather taken my food and gone out where I could have enjoyed it a little bit better. So
the more you know.
Yeah, now you know. Learn from our mistakes. Next on our list is something to consider when you're picking your dining times. You have early dining, which is usually around 5 or 6, and then late dining, which is usually around 8 or 9. So if you pick the early dining, you will be off of the boat first. So you have to be up early at 6 o'clock. You'll be having breakfast and be off the boat super early. If you have a later dining time, you have a little bit more time to sleep in, and also you can get a later breakfast.
So next on our list is luggage timing matters on Embarkation Day. So if you are using Disney's Magical Express service to go from a hotel or a Disney property to your port, they will let you know when you check in that your bags need to be ready at the front door by 7 o'clock in the morning in order for them to show up on the ship. If you fail to do that, you're still able to take your items with you on the Magical Express or the motor coach. But the issue is that you'll be hauling that around the ship the entire day until your room is ready, and your room may not be ready for a couple hours once you get on.
Yeah, so for us, for example, if we would have taken our luggage with us, which we were planning to do, we were planning on taking all of it. We got on the boat pretty early. I think we got on the boat around 11 in the morning, and our room wasn't ready until 3:30. So we would have had to carry all of our luggage around for all of the 4 hours that we were waiting around. So definitely don't do that. If you're gonna do Magical Express, have your luggage be ready to go in the morning so that it goes to the ship before you and it can be at your room when you're there. Otherwise, you'll be stuck hauling your luggage around. They do tell you to put your luggage at your door at 7. Ours didn't get picked up until 7:45, like 8 o'clock. So I'm not saying take your time packing your bag, but don't expect it to be like right at 7, right on the dot every single time. We ended up waiting almost an hour for them to come and get our luggage, which actually worked out for us because it let us pack and do everything we needed to do.
And something else to know too is some of the stuff that I was watching or listening to prior to the cruise, I was advised that Disney would come in your room at 7 o'clock, and that's not true. They'll come to your room, they'll knock on the door, they'll say, do you have your bags ready? And you just give it to them. And then they do whatever they do to help get it from your hotel room to the ship.
Alrighty, so that's gonna do it for our 10 things that no one tells you about Disney Cruise Line. I know we had a ton of questions that weren't answered before we set foot on our ship for the very first time. So if you have any of those questions that we didn't answer in our video or that other videos haven't answered for you, please let us know in the comments below. We'll do our best to try and answer your questions.
Yeah, and if this gets a lot of comments, then we'll probably do a part 2 video trying to answer more questions that you guys may have. So please remember to comment down below if you are wanting more information.
And of course, please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to us already. It really helps to push our content out there and help it reach a bigger audience. So thank you for your support, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Peach.
Bye.